good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
And sorry to keep you waiting. I've just been told you have been waiting, actually, so I do apologise for that. Hey, do you have a view on this 5-minute phone call thing?
It's not something I've looked at, so no, I don't.
Not a priority for you? You wouldn't want to see them get more?
Certainly, prison rehabilitation and reintegration into society is something we can do a much better job of, and we would have less crime if we did that. But I haven't looked at this particular issue.
You don't want to be the Labour leader that comes out saying, "Let's give prisoners more phone time," do you? It's not the headline you want.
For me.
What's that?
It's not a priority for me.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the war. Does it matter really whether we designate the Revolutionary Guards a terrorist entity? Does it really matter whether we expel the ambassador or not?
Well, the process around designating a terrorist entity is pretty prescribed, and the government are following that. And I'm sure that will produce the outcome that the evidence justifies. In terms of expelling ambassadors, the Labour Party's view, in my view, very strongly, is that diplomacy is the way forward here. So expelling ambassadors doesn't leave open those channels of diplomatic communication. We need diplomatic communication here, not more military action. This military action is in violation of international law, and that's a problem for a country like New Zealand, a small country like New Zealand, who relies on international law for our own security.
All right, and so what about the Australians? What about the Brits? Do you have a view on their stance that they're taking?
Well, every country forms its own view. New Zealand's been independent on these matters in the past. Other countries who are our friends supported the US invasion of Iraq, and New Zealand made the decision not to support that because it wasn't. We didn't believe that was the right thing to do. I think the same principle here applies. This is a violation of international law. It's going to make the region less stable. It's going to make the world less stable. To some extent, it's repeating the same mistakes we've seen repeated over and over again in the Middle East, and we're not going to get a different outcome from that.
What about this Ipsos poll that says you guys are ahead of National when it comes to cost of living? What do you put that down to?
Cost of living is the number one issue for New Zealanders. It's really hurting at the moment. The current government said they were going to fix it, and actually things have gotten worse for most New Zealanders under this government. I can understand why New Zealanders think the country's got a major affordability problem. A lot of Kiwis, a lot of young Kiwis, are leaving the country simply because they don't feel like they can make a life here in New Zealand.
All right, finally, KiwiSaver changes. We spoke to Fraser Winneray on the show yesterday, and he's got a bit of a plan that he's putting together, a KiwiSaver 2.0. He says we're too in the weeds when it comes to tweaks and changes, and he's not pointing the finger at any one party or any one government. But tweaks and changes aren't going to fix the structural problem that we have in New Zealand, which is that we don't have a great savings rate and we don't have enough to invest in our own infrastructure, in our own future. So he's kind of coming up with this plan. Are you open, like if he put forward the proposal to have a working group with someone from every party, would you be open to putting someone on it?
Well, the Labour government established KiwiSaver. Michael Cullen deserves a huge amount of credit for designing the scheme.
Totally.
It was first set up. The national government, every time they've been in government, they've made cuts to KiwiSaver. I think KiwiSaver is a big part of the answer to our retirement savings challenge, and I'm very, very supportive of it. We've got to stop nipping away at it and cutting away at it, and we've actually got to get behind KiwiSaver. KiwiSaver is a really, really important part of securing retirement for New Zealanders. Other countries have been much more consistent in encouraging retirement savings than New Zealand. It's time we got on board and did the same.
So would you, I mean, I don't even know if he's doing this, but I'm just putting it out there. If he said, look, let's get a group together and include someone from all the parties, would you guys be open to it?
Well, New Zealand's history of political accords when it comes to retirement haven't necessarily gone very well in the past. I'm sure there will continue to be debate about how we support New Zealanders in retirement. If we can find a way forward that everybody can buy into, of course that's going to be better.
All right, fair enough. It's not untrue what you're saying about Michael Cullen, the late Sir Michael Cullen, and the Cullen Fund too. You've got to. That's the thing in politics. You've got to say when a party does something right, does something good, you've got to concede it. And if another party is doing something good, doing something great, you've got to concede that too, don't you?
I'm going to make a note of the date and time here. You said
Come on.
nice about the Labour Party. It doesn't happen very often.
Hey.
I'm speechless.
Hey, I've been very generous about Labour parties that have gone past, but your one with the COVID years wasn't that great. I think we can,
Oh, here we go. Now you're
I think we can all agree on that.
That's more of what I expect from you.
Hey, good to see you, Chris Hipkins.